now, and over to you.
Perfect. Thanks, Nate. So hello, everyone. My name is Ana Lobo. I lead strategy and operations at Mavenet. And today I'm super proud to introduce the company and some of the work that we've been doing. Let's get to it. So I'd like to start with this phrase that was made famous by economist Robert Solow in the 80s. And he was referring to the fact that even though the computer revolution could be seen everywhere, industrial sectors hadn't embraced it yet. So all the benefits that could come from low-cost computing power were not being materialized into cheaper, better, faster processes. So if we fast forward to 2020, what is happening now? We have all this new shiny technology, but the data actually shows that companies are being slow to adopt the latest digital technologies like AI, blockchain, IoT, e-commerce, and so forth. So this is where Mavenet comes in. We're a product company based out of Toronto that focuses on creating solutions for large enterprises that can transform businesses and industries as a whole. So our core technology is centered around blockchain because we believe that it has the power to bring profound business benefits. And one of the ways that we're doing this is through Neoflow, a platform that enables secure data exchange in the energy industry. So through our analysis, we have found that if we zoom into the oil and gas companies, they have invested in the past few decades on digitizing, to an extent, their internal processes. But when it comes to communicating with the rest of the supply chain, they're still relying on manual processes like exchanges of spreadsheets via email or manual data entry on external systems. So we've done some calculations and we found that the financial impact is quite significant. So for example, importers are overpaying between 50 to 70 million in tariffs annually due to the fact that they cannot prove to a certain level of confidence the origination of the crude oil. Something that struck me as well is that there's actually a 5% difference between the exports of oil that Canada declares and the imports that the US declares. So what we're saying with this is that the market implications are enormous, not just for oil, but for any commodity that due to regulations or consumer demand requires proof of origination and composition. So the vision of Neoflow is to help the industry get rid of these digital islands and provide a secure communication fabric that allows to create a common digital representation of the physical asset. Now, we understand that a platform like this relies on network effects to increase its value. So our plan is to create the foundation and some key use cases, and from there, we can enable other stakeholders to build applications on top. So we're building the platform to be fully interoperable with other blockchain networks and to rely on standards of communications as well. And our bet is that by doing this, we can unlock a variety of use cases. So for example, regulators could prove compliance instantly, buyers and sellers could settle contracts and pay instantly, consumers could quantify environmental footprint and ESG compliance. So our first use case is, as you can see here, digital border clearance of crude oil from Canada to the States. We've already built a successful concept with the American Department of Homeland Security, and now we're deploying the platform with them. Also in parallel, we're extending our scope with the DHS to include tracking of natural gas, and we're now extending to electricity as well. So I want to make it real for you guys now. So I'm gonna show you the Neoflow interface. This is the interface that we've built for demonstration purposes. However, once the system is fully in production, it's meant to connect directly with company ERP systems, API to API. So I'm logging in as an oil producer. And here I can see the inventory of products that I have. So for example, if I click on this Western Canadian select, I can see key details of the asset, like physical and chemical specifications, and most importantly, its composition and its origin. We can also see the events and the entire product life cycle of this particular product. So in this way, you can get an instant view of an asset without waiting for days or having to rely on self-imported data. The other thing is that this digital history of the product translate into a certification of origin, which we've chosen to call appellation of origin. That's showing, again, the trusted digital history of the asset that has been verified by multiple parties in the supply chain. So go back to the slides again. Okay, so I'd just like to end by saying that we're at a very exciting point in the roadmap of the product. So as we build this ecosystem, we're looking to connect with industry experts to validate our value proposition and discuss commercialization opportunities. So thank you so much for your time. Super excited to end this demo day. And if you have any further questions, feel free to shoot me an email. Thank you.
All righty, nicely done.